for export, simply that industry hasn't developed there yet. If we look in India, what I see, at least in India, is that the producers of organic cashew kernels are high quality companies, relatively small, it has to be said, mid-sized processors perhaps, mainly focused on export, but also selling in the domestic market. If we look in West Africa, I think it's fair to say that Côte d'Ivoire leads the way, a range of processors, Benin too, but also in Burkina Faso. So we have quite a few organic processors, but very few really large processors. Perhaps Olam, Cashew Coast, Anatrans might be the three largest. And that means that there's limited supply, of course. And in Brazil, there are still organic cashews available from Brazil, but as the production in Brazil has fallen. So the point is that when we look at consumption, we see very positive trends. We see demand emerging for organic cashews, but it is demand, just to underline, for certified, correctly certified cashew kernels. Supply, on the other hand, is relatively limited, and it is difficult to get into the organic business for a processor, for example, and there are constraints to market growth. So with limited supply, and because it's limited, and because many of the suppliers are smaller businesses, it's often seen as erratic, or it's often seen as unreliable, or at least questionable. So we have this mix of small processors, small volumes, to a certain extent, a perception that the quality is unreliable, and that's based on experience, nothing else. And that has been an issue. So you have in the organic segment a lot of factories, particularly in Asia, that are smaller, that there's a question over the certification, and the quality is perceived as unreliable. And we do have in some markets a certain amount of price resistance. So all of these things, these four factors, have limited the growth in organic. Now I say limited, but bear in mind we're looking at double-digit growth in North America and growth 5 to 7% in Europe. So it is nonetheless growing more quickly than the overall conventional cashew sector. So I would say that we're looking forward to more growth, but that there is an opportunity for new suppliers to enter the market. One of the issues here is that supermarkets who market the product, they find it difficult to commit without a guaranteed volume. So poor certification, scandals, etc. Now, if we look and ask the question, can organic production work in Africa? There's a number of factors that we need to consider. Firstly, you have to have available RCN. You have to grow it organically. Now, it may well be that the low or no use of chemicals in the system provides a basis for certification, but it's not the only basis for certification, and significant investment is needed. So organic cashew supply chains cannot be built easily. There is a difficulty of organizing and training smallholders. So if we say, first of all, that the basis is there, that there isn't a great deal of use of chemicals in the system as it stands, we still face the problems of organizing and training smallholders. And there is still significant risk. The RCN chain is not regulated in many countries. Products can be mixed in. I mean, that can be done inadvertently, but it is, and we know for a fact, it is also being done deliberately to increase the available organic volumes. And that's a very serious aspect for consideration. On the other hand, organic farming can work very well for farmers. It offers them a premium price. It offers them closer relationships with processors. It supports competitiveness. And what you will find in the organic segment is that relationships tend to be much deeper and much more supportive and cooperative than in the conventional sector. That's because each party to the deal, the buyer, the processor, the farmer, has to make a certain amount of commitment and effort to get there in the first place. And it's also true, and we shouldn't forget this, that the key driver behind organic food is the idea of environmental sustainability and the idea of healthy, better for you food. And generally, people in the sector use that. Now, you can say, and some do, that this is simply a cynical operation to achieve a price premium. I think that's possibly true in a few cases, but absolutely not true across the sector. And if you ever do go to the BioFac fair or engage with organic buyers, you'll find generally a spirit of cooperation and how can we work together much more quickly, much more easily, and with much more technical support than we see in the conventional sector. But again, let's not get carried away. This business is maybe 6-7% market share. But overall, if we look at organic production as an opportunity cashew producing countries, we see that the basics are in place and that we see that organic production can help competitiveness for processors. But it does need, like any business, it needs the right marketing approach. It should be a detailed marketing approach, very focused, with the right certification and with the right investment partners. And I think generally in organic cashew production, it is easier to find partners who will be committed and partners who will be prepared to cooperate. So can organic production work in African countries? Yes, it definitely can. Is it going to be easy? No, certainly not. It has to be long-term thinking. Is there any chance that we will see an upsurge in supply that will oversupply the market? I think absolutely not. In a short, medium term, absolutely not. So conclusions on organic production. It is an option that promises growth and opportunity, but it's not an easy option. There are incidences of fraud, falsification of certificates, mixing of products, other actions that not only place those particular suppliers in jeopardy, but can endanger the entire sector. I feel that there is a good opportunity in organic production, but it is very much for certain businesses with certain commitment and certain abilities. Thanks very much for listening. That's my thoughts on organic production, mostly drawn from a very interesting and fruitful visit to BioFac. BioFac, by the way, will be running again in February. If you're in the organic cashew business, if you're interested in getting into it, it's really well worth visiting. So let me pass you back to Blessing. Hi, Blessing. Have we got any questions or comments?
Thank you very much, Jim, for the presentation. Yes, we have a few questions here, which I would read to you. The first one is, will the recession in Europe and USA, and I think I heard you mention also UK, cause organic consumptions to fall? That's the first question, Jim.
I think it will not. I think that it may well slow growth. I have a feeling that this could be a little bit like 2008, when you got a slowdown in consumption for about 3 months and then it returned to growth. So there are concerns, naturally enough, and it is perhaps at a slower rate than over the past 5 years when it has been growing very quickly. I think that there is a risk where there have been problems on a widespread basis. So I don't think there's a chance that it will flood the market, but it does certainly present a level of risk to the market. And what it would do would be, it would undermine the premium price.
Hand up, Johnson Adu. Johnson, please, would you like to? So, Johnson, when we unmute you, you would see a pop-up on your screen. Kindly click on it that would allow you to, that would unmute your microphone for you to ask your question. While we wait for Johnson to unmute himself to ask his question, Jim, we have a last question here. Do you think that a premium for organic cashews can be maintained?
Yes, I do. I'm in discussions with various buyers and suppliers. It's pretty clear that the premiums are likely to be maintained because of the strength of demand and because of the, I won't say shortage, but relatively slow growth in supply. Just by its very nature, supply is likely to grow slowly. It takes a couple of years to establish a properly certified organic supply chain, and therefore the premium is likely to be maintained. I would say that you can find, like any market, you can find people who will try to buy without paying the premium. You can find people who will tell you the premium is lower, but I would say for exporters, resist that. There are plenty of buyers quite happy to pay reasonable premiums, certainly in the range of 25%. And we've seen that in trade, certainly over the last 2 to 3 years. So I think premium, yes, will be maintained.
Thank you very much, Jim. I can find Johnson. I think he has technical issues. He's no longer online. Oh. And there are no more questions. In the absence of questions, I know we are taking a break today, Jim, and this is also to inform our participants that we'll take a break today to enable us adequately prepare for the conference. That we are organizing a special GME live session during the ACA conference. Jim, tell us, what should we expect during this GME live that will be held at the ACA's 16th annual Cashew conference?
Well, we're going to do GME live, as we're calling it. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus with participants on marketing of cashews, the marketing of cashew kernels, what works, what doesn't work. We're having a look at customer relationships. And we're going to do that over 2 hours on, I believe, the third day of the conference in the morning.
That's correct. But that will be from 11:15 to 12:45.
Yeah, and what I'm really excited about is that session, the GME Live, will follow on from the kernels and products marketing session. So what we're hoping will happen is that a lot of questions will be raised, a lot of comments will be made in the first session, and then in the second session, we'll focus in on marketing. So it's about we want to take a can-do approach to marketing. I think that to a certain extent, good marketing and sales has been neglected in the cashew sector. And I think I described it as the missing link. And it's time that we focus in on good marketing practice. And what I see in working with individual clients is that if you do that, it can be really quickly rewarded and generally result in better customer relationships, easier marketing, better sales, and even better prices. So that's third day of the conference, 11:15, following on from the cashew kernels marketing event. Look forward. I hope we'll see you there. You can also join online, Blessing, I think. Is that right?
Yes, you can join online, but we are encouraging everybody to come have an experience of Cashew Live, GME Live, which is going to be a bit different from GME online.
Looking forward to that.
Thank you very much, Jim, for the sessions that we've had all throughout the year, starting from, I think we began in January. Thank you for all the sessions we've had so far. And to our participants, thank you for joining us every other Wednesdays. We appreciate our partners and sponsors who have continually supported us to bring ACA GME to us all. And I'm talking about GIZ Move, SNI, Intersnack, CNFA Pro Cashew, and many others. Thank you for your continuous support in bringing the ACA Global Market Encounter to you. And just to give us a general information, we will be taking a break starting today, which is the 10th of August, and we'll resume GME on the 5th of October. So starting today, the 10th of August, we are taking a break. on the GME to resume on the 5th of October. And this is to enable us, adequately prepare for the 16th ACA Annual Cashew Conference. Yes, the 16th edition. And we are committed to annually bring together diverse stakeholders to network, learn, and share knowledge and experiences. The date is 12th to the 15th of September, and the venue is Sheraton Abuja Hotel, located in Abuja, Nigeria, 12th to the 15th of September 2022 at Sheraton Abuja, Nigeria, in Abuja, Nigeria. Registration has started, and we are offering exciting discounts. If you want to join as a participant or as an exhibitor or even sponsor any of the plenaries, we are offering exciting discounts. To register your participation, click on www.acalifeevents.com. As you can see, it's on your screen. And this discount is valid to the 30th of August. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Without wasting much time again, we encourage you all to register and see you in September. There will not be GME on the 24th of August, as mentioned. There will not be GME on the 24th of August. We are taking a break to help us adequately prepare for the conference. Register and see you in September. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
À des séances plénières, des présentations et des débats d'experts du cashew du monde entier.
The African Cashew Alliance ACA presents to you the 16th ACA Annual Cashew Conference and Expo. This year's edition will be held from the 12th to the 15th of September 2022 at the Sheraton Abuja Hotel, Abuja, Nigeria. Theme: Strengthening Sustainable Kernel and Byproduct Marketing in the African Cashew Industry. Join cashew industry players and development partners across the globe, physically or virtually, for insightful plenaries, presentations, and panel discussions from cashew experts across the globe. Visit www.acalifeevents.com to register.
L'Alliance pour le cashew africain ACA vous présente la 16e conférence et exposition annuelle sur le cashew. L'édition de cette année se tiendra du 12 au 15 septembre à Sheraton Abuja Hotel, situé à Abuja, au Nigeria. Sous le thème « Renforcer le marketing durable des amandes et des produits dérivés dans l'industrie africaine de la noix de cashew », rejoignez les acteurs de l'industrie du cashew et les partenaires de développement du monde entier, soit en présentiel ou virtuellement, pour assister à des séances plénières, des présentations et des débats d'experts du cashew du monde entier.
The African Cashew Alliance ACA presents to you the 16th ACA Annual Cashew Conference and Expo. This year's edition will be held from the 12th to the 15th of September 2022 at the Sheraton Abuja Hotel, Abuja, Nigeria. Theme: Strengthening Sustainable Kernel and Byproduct Marketing in the African Cashew Industry. Join cashew industry players and development partners across the globe, physically or virtually, for insightful plenaries, presentations, and panel discussions from cashew experts across the globe. Visit www.acalifeevents.com to register.
L'Alliance pour le cashew africain ACA vous présente la 16e conférence et exposition annuelle sur le cashew. L'édition de cette année se tiendra du 12 au 15 septembre à Sheraton Abuja Hotel, situé à Abuja, au Nigeria. Sous le thème « Renforcer le marketing durable des amandes et des produits dérivés dans l'industrie africaine de la noix de cashew », rejoignez les acteurs de l'industrie du cashew et les partenaires de développement du monde entier, soit en présentiel ou virtuellement, pour assister à des séances plénières, des présentations et des débats d'experts du cashew du monde entier.
The African Cashew Alliance ACA presents to you the 16th ACA Annual Cashew Conference and Expo. This year's edition will be held from the 12th to the 15th of September 2022 at the Sheraton Abuja Hotel, Abuja, Nigeria. Theme: Strengthening Sustainable Kernel and Byproduct Marketing in the African Cashew Industry. Join cashew industry players and development partners across the globe, physically or virtually, for insightful plenaries, presentations, and panel discussions from cashew experts across the globe. Visit www.acaliveevents.com to register.
Sergio, Sergio, ben arrivé tout bon, nom blanc Jackmon. Sergio, Sergio, ben arrivé. Passez bancaille nom blanc, vous prenez belle trois fées. Sergio, Sergio, ben arrivé, Tibaï, aïe fout moins content. Sergio, Sergio, ben arrivé. Ben arrivé, aïe nous ja swingé. Sergio, Sergio, ben arrivé. Ben arrivé, yeppa, ou ba nous les news. Sergio, Sergio, ben arrivé. Nom blanc